Hello everyone, I am Swati. Today we are going to discuss chapter 3 of class 10th, that is pair of linear equations in two variables. In this chapter we are going to study the introduction part, that is what is a linear equation in two variables, what is a pair of linear equations in two variables. Then the methods of solving the linear equations in two variables. There are two methods for doing it, that is graphical method in which we are going to draw the graphs of the linear equations in two variables and then we'll find out the solution for it. And then algebraic method. There are three algebraic methods, that is substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method. Then is the nature of the solution by comparing the ratio of the coefficients, that is to find out whether the lines are intersecting, whether the lines are coincident, whether the lines are parallel. So we can find out that by comparing the ratio of the coefficients. So we are going to discuss each of these topics in detail one by one. So first of all, we'll proceed with what is a linear equation. So before proceeding to that what is linear equation, you must know what is a linear polynomial. Linear polynomial in one variable, that is the general form is ax plus b. This is a linear polynomial in one variable because here the highest degree of the variable is 1 because x is a variable, and when I will equate it to 0, it becomes a linear equation in one variable, which you have already done in your class 7th and 8th. Now the linear equations in two variables which you have studied in class 9, that is the general form is ax plus by plus c. This is a linear polynomial in two variables, but when I equate it to 0, this becomes the linear equation in two variables, because here the highest degree is 1, so it will become a linear polynomial, and when there are two variables, so it becomes a linear equation in two variables where your a, b and c, they are your real numbers. Now the chapter is the pair of linear equations in two variables. Pair, it means two. So there will be two linear equations in two variables. So let those two linear equations be a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Similarly, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So this is the general form of linear equation in two variables. So pair, it means two. So there are two linear equations in two variables. Now let us say we have 2x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. This is a linear equation in two variables. So if I have x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1, so here if I'll take LHS, it is 2x plus y minus 5. So 2 into 2 plus 1 minus 5. So that means 5 minus 5 is equal to 0, that is equal to RHS. That means x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 is the solution of this linear equation in two variables. Solution. The word solution means the value of x and y which satisfies this equation is the solution of this equation. Let us say x plus y is equal to 3. So if I put 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, that means LHS is equal to RHS. That means x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 is the solution of this two linear equations in two variables. That means this is the common solution for these two linear equations. Now suppose if I draw a graph for this and this equation, we'll get the common solution as 2 and 1. So this is what means solution is, that is the value of x and y which satisfies the given equation is the solution of the given equation. If I'll put any value of x, you will get the corresponding value of y. If you will put any value of y, you will get the corresponding value of x. That means any linear equation in two variables will have infinitely many solutions, which you have already done in class 9th, that is chapter 4, linear equations in two variables. So it means that it will have infinite many number of solutions, because if you put any value of x, you will get the value of y. If you will put any value of y, you will get the value of x. So let us proceed with the graphical method. Graphical method for solving linear equations. Now a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Let it be L1, because if I draw any line, you will represent it by L1, and this we will represent it by L2. Now the graphical method for solving it is, the first one will be, let's say you have a graph, let it be y, x, this is y dash and this is x dash. Suppose you have drawn a graph, let it be L1 and this is L2. You have drawn a graph and this you have got the graph, and what is happening here is these two lines, they are intersecting. That means L1 and L2, they intersects. These two lines, they are intersecting, and what you are finding here is it is intersecting at a point, let it be a comma b. So L1 and L2, they intersects at a point a comma b. That means when two lines are intersecting, it will have only one solution. That means exactly one solution, or you can say it will have a unique solution. So when two lines, they will intersect, they will have only one solution, exactly one solution. That means a unique solution. Second is, suppose you have a graph, let it be x, y, x dash and y dash. Let it be L1, let it be L2. Now what is happening here is L1 is parallel to L2. L1, that is parallel to L2. Now what you are finding, there is no common point, because when you will proceed to this side, they will have exactly the same distance between them. So there is no solution. So when the lines are parallel, there will be no solution. Next is, suppose you have a graph, let it be x, y, x dash and y dash. This is a line L1, and on this line we have L2. What is happening here is L1 coincides with L2. L1 coincides with L2. So there are a lot of common points between these two lines. So that means they will have infinitely many solutions. So there are three methods for it. When you have the lines are intersecting, that means you will have exactly one solution, that means a unique solution. When the lines are parallel, that means you will have no solution. And when the lines are coinciding with each other, that means you will have infinitely many solutions, because there are a lot of common points between these two lines. Now one more thing is there for linear equations, that is whether you have the consistent system of linear equations or inconsistent system of linear equations. That means if you are given a two linear equations in two variables, means a pair is given to you, and you have been asked whether those pair of linear equations in two variables, they are consistent or inconsistent. So how can you find out? Consistent means at least one solution, and inconsistent means no solution. Means when you have at least one solution, that means the system of linear equations, they are consistent. If you have no solutions, then the system of linear equations are inconsistent. So see here, when the lines are intersecting, you are getting one solution. What it is asking? At least one solution. एक solution तो होना ही चाहिए. तो that means in this case you have one solution. In this case you have no solution. So this will not be under consistent, and here you have infinitely many solutions, so this will be inconsistent. So when you have the lines are either intersecting or coincident, that means when you have, in case of consistent, at least one solution, so that means either the lines are intersecting or the lines are coincident. And when you have no solution means the lines are parallel. So here the case of parallel lines. So you can tell whether the system of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent by looking at whether the lines are intersecting or coincident, or the lines are parallel. So for this, what you have to do is, you are given, let's say you are given any kind of word problem. So first you have to convert it into linear equations in two variables, and then you can draw the graph by finding the solutions and then draw the graph. So there will be three cases only: if the lines are parallel, lines are intersecting, lines are coincident. So in first case, when the lines are parallel, that means there will be no solution for that. When the lines are intersecting, you will be getting a unique solution, that means exactly one solution. Third case will be when the lines are coincident, you will have the number of solutions for that. So this way how you can draw the graph and you can find out the solutions for that. Thank you.